Good morning, class. Today, I'm going to be talking about how zoos and captive facilities are mistreating our animals, and why having animals captive is going to help and/or hurt in the long run. A lot of animals today are being held in zoos and facilities that aren't even up to minimum standards for most of these places. Many of these animals are overcrowded or aren't even checked on, or aren't even, sorry, I worded this wrong. They don't even check on their health status, basically. What I'm trying to say. According to this article by something Miller, I didn't put the full name. It's the responsibility of the institutions and its employees to provide animals with enough enrichment to keep them healthy and happy. However, even under the best care possible, animals do not behave the same in captivity as they do in the wild. They're often unpredictable. No earthly being is meant to be in a bordered enclosure. It's simply not natural. They get bored without visual and mental stimulation, and as a result can become aggressive. You can't teach an animal to animal, basically. Now, for starters, many zoos don't even want to look after the animals, or they completely neglect them. Like, for example, at the Lincoln Park Zoo, they had a camel freeze to death overnight due to being left out in the cold, but they're trying to cover it up as gastrointestinal problems. Also, an elephant became ill en route to a new facility due to confined space and became ill and had to be euthanized upon arrival. So, if these animal keepers can't even take care of them on the way to their new homes, how can we expect them to be living comfortably inside of said facilities? Another problem is that animals that are raised in captivity can never be set out into the wild because, according to Miller again, from the first minute of life, animals born in captivity are exposed to humans in captive. I didn't know that was touchscreen. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. But born in captivity are exposed to humans and captive animal care customs. Because of brain development patterns and learned behaviors during infancy, captive infants do not have the ability to survive in their natural habitat. Release creates anxiety for these animals as they cannot acclimate to the foreign environment, and eventually they perish by the predation or exposure. Also, their likelihood for deformities is increased due to their lackluster diets. For example, in an article I read by O'Regan, researchers found that bears from Bernie's Bear Pit might have dental problems due to their diet involving mostly low-fiber, paste-like food. Researchers said that given carcasses with meat and bones to chew on, this happens less frequently. If we can't even expect them to properly feed our animals to the minimum of what they need to live comfortably, then they shouldn't be allowed to have it. Also, it's not just the carnivores getting affected. Many animals aren't given the right food. Like these baboons, they're getting a diet of that's lacking, I should say, in necessary vitamins and minerals, and we're a source of many pathological conditions such as osteodystrophia fibrosa, I think is how you say that, which caused the gross cranial thickening in 3 captive baboons. Yeah, so big, thick skulls, I guess. I'm not sure. Many of these deformities could have been prevented by the simplest means, but all these companies and zoos care about is what the next big attraction is, while all their previous ones are being forgotten about and rotting away in a cell alone. Well, what about the animals that are endangered, you might be wondering? Well, we can't exactly send them back out to the wild, risking poachers and extinction. What can be done about these poor animals being held hostage? Many of these animals, unfortunately, are now in it for life because being born, put in captivity, they just can't basically acclimate back to life back out in the wild. But that doesn't mean they have to live these horrible, unsanitary, lonely lives. If we work together, I'm sure someday there won't be a need to have zoos whose only place in this world is for sheer enjoyment of the modern consumer. We can all move to, one solution I guess, we can move all these animals to wildlife preserves and slowly get them rehabilitated to life in the wild. So once again, maybe one day their grandchildren will be back out running in their natural habitats once again. Another solution is there's very few, but we can send them to a better captive facility where we can only hope they're getting the best treatment and the care that they could deserve. But can any life in captivity be better? One day, I hope to look on the internet and see no news of animals being mistreated or having to see animals behind bars. Hopefully, many animals that have to stay in captivity are accompanied by more of their species and not such a lonely lifestyle with them. Maybe then will we realize that animals aren't for sport or entertainment, but to coexist and not to be a plaything to humanity. You might be asking yourself, what can I do to help these animals? You can go to an animal rights protest and sign a petition to help get these animals out of these underqualified facilities and to a new home. Or donate to an organization like the ASPCA and the Animal Welfare Institute that actually care about their well-being and are in it for the betterment of their health. Anything helps us get one step closer to a better lifestyle for all of them. Thank you.